Hello and a warm welcome to World This Week by Latest Laws. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos. My name is Vasvi Bhatia and let's begin with Supreme Court this week.
The Supreme Court, in subtle warning to high courts, has asked to refrain from making sweeping observations which are beyond the contours of controversy in issues before them. The bench remarked the above, in particular to Delhi High Court judgment on Make India Atmanirbhar. The Apex Court dismissed the plea challenging a Bombay High Court order which had rejected the plea against the decision to increase the ward strength of the Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation from 227 to 236. The bench rejected the plea filed by Bharatiya Janata Party leaders Abhijit Samant and Rajshri Shirvadkar. The Apex Court has upheld a Gujarat High Court order directing the government state to pay pensionary benefits to a man who retired after rendering more than 30 years of service. The bench said to the services continuously for 30 years and thereafter to contend that an employee who had rendered 30 years continuous service shall not be eligible for pension is nothing but unreasonable. The division bench of the Supreme Court opined that when an appeal was dismissed on the ground of limitation, the High Court could not have entertained it on merits. The division bench of the Supreme Court opined that even there otherwise, driving a vehicle under the influence of alcohol is not only a misconduct, but is an offence also. Next, we have the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the Ansal brothers' plea seeking suspension of their severe jail term and made a significant observation that allowing the same would amount to eroding the faith of the public in the judicial system. Next, we have the Kerala High Court. The Kerala High Court has observed that the courts are duty-bound to protect properties belonging to religious institutions from wrongful claims or misappropriation. The division bench in one suo motu proceedings initiated on the basis of a news report has held the above. Next, we have the Karnataka High Court. The Karnataka High Court has reiterated that it is the duty of the trial court under Article 39A to provide an accused in custody with required legal aid if his or her counsel fails to appear. Next, we have the Punjab and Haryana High Court. The High Court of Punjab and Haryana has refused to quash an FIR registered against a resident of Haryana's Fatehbad district under Section 295 IPC, hurting religious sentiments for posting derogatory statements and remarks and obscene pictures of a Hindu deity and the festival of Janmashtami on his social media account. Next, we have the Bombay High Court. The Bombay High Court has ruled that additional sessions judge has no jurisdiction to try offences under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Single bench of the Bombay High Court, while setting aside the judgments of both the courts and decree under challenge, opined that even in the absence of cross-examination, when aforementioned facts can be easily noticed, the court would not have fallen in error had they carefully considered the material on record. Next, we have the Himachal Pradesh High Court. The single-judge bench, while granting bail in a criminal miscellaneous petition, held that the pre-trial incarceration cannot be allowed as a matter of rule. No fruitful purpose shall be served by keeping the petitioner in judicial custody, and the trial against him is likely to take considerable time after conclusion. Next, we have Madhya Pradesh High Court. A division bench of Madhya Pradesh High Court has asked the Superintendent of Police Bhopal to ensure the presence of a petitioner against whom the court has imposed a penalty of Rs 25,000 for filing a frivolous petition which he had not deposited until now. When it came to notice of the court, it issued a bailable warrant against him, but it could not be served to him. Next, we have miscellaneous news. The National Human Rights Commission has directed the Odisha Chief Secretary to conduct an inquiry into allegations of human rights violation and loss of livelihood of people in Dinkia village owing to forceful demolition of Bethel vines for land acquisition of the JSW project. The principal district and session courts in Udupi sentenced Alevur Premraj Kinni, a lawyer practicing in Udupi courts, to undergo the life imprisonment under the provisions of the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989 for forging documents and using them to defraud his client belonging to the SC community. Finally, we have the international news. France has extended its time limit for abortion after an epic battle in parliament amid anger that thousands of women had to travel abroad each year to terminate pregnancies in countries such as Netherlands, Spain or England because of the French restrictions. Russian President Putin has given a televised address to the Russian people on Thursday morning claiming that Russia has no plans to occupy Ukraine. He defined the objective of his special military operation to give the Ukrainian people the option to choose freely who runs their country. Thank you and have a nice day. This is a weekly program. To get more information, please check the description box, and to get weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.